My name's Theodore Richards, and I'm a writer and an educator and a philosopher. For many years, I ran a nonprofit called the Chicago Wisdom Project, and I'm in the process of releasing my ninth book, which is called "What Happened to Icarus." So the book is a lot of it is really personal. It's very much a labor of love. It's stories, a lot of stories about various travels I took around the world as a way to sort of figure out how we can somehow, as flawed and as challenging as the world is today, how we can fall in love with the world. And for me, I sort of really profoundly believe that as much as we have to think of kind of like practical solutions to some of the challenges we face, we also have to begin to really kind of encounter the depths and look both within individually and collectively, which is kind of where the title of the book comes from. I think what largely I'd like to do is help engage people in a way of looking at their lives and at the current kind of like social and political crises, the polycrises that we face, and looking at those as to kind of draw from the language that Thomas Berry uses or Brian Swim, that we're facing a crisis of story. And so looking at not just looking at this collective story that we have about who we are, what's our place in the world, and then begin to sort of like dive deep into our own personal stories. It's a way of reimagining who we are and reconnecting to the world in a more kind of textured and integrated and holistic way. So what we'll do is we'll do some listening, we'll do some sharing, we'll do some engagement, and we'll do some reimagining of the stories that give us our sense of our place in the world and who we might become. I think that I think that the program is really, I think it's for people who are really looking for different kinds of answers to these big questions we might have at this moment in human history. That kind of we're I think at a moment where people are feeling unmoored, people are feeling disconnected. And so for those of us who are feeling that way, what's a way that we can then figure out how to find that sense of connection? What's a way that we can think of kind of reimagine our place in the cosmos, beyond I think the solutions that we're often given in the media. So like how can we really like think of new solutions, new ways of engaging, new ways of being in the world? So, I think anyone who's like really trying to do that deep, hard work, and I think that also too, I think that this work is for those of us who are kind of willing to look at ourselves in ways that are sometimes difficult, like more challenging, more looking at uh, our own depths, which is often I think everything in our civilization is geared towards running away from our own interiority. It's geared towards running away from the hard questions, the hard things about our lives. And I'd like to find a way that we can sort of like, and those things are it's understandable why we want to avoid that. It's understandable why out of our fear of our kind of wildness, out of the chaos of the world, that we've sort of like paved over the entire world and doing that. And in doing so, we've also kind of we've destroyed much of the planet. We've also kind of, I think, destroyed something within ourselves, paved something over within ourselves in the process. So I think the program is for people who are looking for something different and looking to like really ask some of the hard questions about who we are and our place in the world. We hope that you'll be there on May 21st. And it'd be great to meet new people and engage and ask these hard questions. Love to.